all going to be honest with each other. We're going to take our church mask off, and we're just going to okay, we're family here. We're going to be honest. We have battles that last so much longer than we want them to. Some battles we wish only lasted for an hour. They end up lasting for a week. We have battles that last for a week and then a month, and then they have 3 or 4 years. These battles, they're just like a rock in your shoe. Has that ever happened to you? You got a rock in your shoe. You keep stepping on it. And then what do you do when you got a rock in your shoe? You try to kick it forward. Right? You try to kick it in front of your toes so you don't have to step on it, and that's fine. It stays up there for a little while, and then it creeps back down. You're stepping on it again, and that's what we end up doing with these challenging moments. We figure out how to adjust, and then we can kind of breathe for a minute, and then it gets worse again. And to define what a battle is it's when you are getting squeezed. It's when you are in a season where you would change it if you could. It's when your children, your beloved children, are going through something that you would give all the money you have in order to change it for them. You whisper to yourself, I wish I could take that problem and experience it for myself just so they don't have to experience it. But when you cannot control the situation and you're getting squeezed, you are in the middle of a battle. You are in the middle of a battle when your marriage just seems like it is in a hopeless state. There's no pulling it back. You can't pull it back. You can't. You've tried. You can't. Both people have tried. One person has tried during one season. The other person tried it. You just can't. You are in a battle. You are in a battle when you cannot get your finances up to a level that you need it to be. And that is a tough battle to be in because you cannot put your hand on it like you can the radio and just turn it up. Finances are difficult because in most cases, if you work harder, you don't get paid any more than what you do if you don't work harder. And so you're stuck. You're stuck. And I want to say this. If you have someone that you love, like a best friend or a family member, and they say something that just, it cuts you, you could handle it if it was an enemy. You could handle that. You could handle it if it was somebody that you really didn't like. But isn't it interesting how the enemy knows exactly what will hurt the most? And that person will just inadvertently or purposely say something that just pierces the heart. And you can start the process of forgiving, but oh, it's so hard because it cuts so bad. The last point of a battle or example of a battle is when you've done something in your life and you cannot forgive yourself. You can't forgive yourself. And in the back of your mind, you believe that maybe God has forgiven you because you've been told so many times that he has endless mercy. But you can't embrace it and you can't forgive yourself. You want to be consistent with God. You want to be a worshiper. You want to be the greatest warrior. But in truth of the matter, there was this old song I grew up with. Underneath this armor, this warrior is a child. And it's hard. It's difficult. But I want to say this, and I don't like what I'm about to say. I wish what I was about to say was baloney. I wish it was. But it's in a battle where humility becomes the fabric of who we are. It's in a battle. It's in a battle when character, good, godly, faithful character becomes the definition. It becomes our reputation. It's in a battle where we learn how to pray. It's in a battle where we've backed up and the Lord is saying, I have seen the humility embraced. I have seen your character develop. And I have seen you pray. I've heard you pray. And it has moved me. And it's in a battle where you begin to experience an anointing that you have never experienced before.